Hello and welcome to Spirit Song International TV. My name is Pastor Christine. I'm your host for the day, and we have a special guest with us, Psalmist Cynthia Sampson, and she's going to be sharing with us today on singles. She has a site. She has a ministry that ministers to singles, and it's called Singles with a Purpose. And I love her Facebook site. She really does connect and dialogue with singles from all over. And it's a really interesting site. I want to encourage you to take a look at it. And Cynthia, so wonderful to have you here with us today. And I know that God's given you a lot of insight into singles. And so, with our listening audience that's out there, we've got a lot of single people that really want to connect, that really just want to know that somebody relates to where they are. Having been a single myself, for so many years before I got married, I totally connect with that. And then being single again after the passing of my husband, I totally connect with singles. I'm telling you, you're in my heart. And so this is why I'm doing this today. And again, I'm thankful that Cynthia's given us some of her time today just to share with you from her insight in terms of connecting with so many singles on her Facebook page and also other singles. I just want to really give her the opportunity to share in terms of those that are out there that are maybe looking for an encouraging word right now, maybe as single people wanting to know what should, our position as single people be, in terms of encouragement. And I'll just say this too, we're living today in a culture unlike any other culture. I mean, 10 years, before today, 20 years before today, it was different. The dating scene was totally different. When I first became a Christian, it was so different from what it is today. And even the values that people place upon themselves and others are so different. But one thing hasn't changed, and that is the integrity of the Word of God. And I think that if we align ourselves with that integrity, that we're going to be in a really great place. And so I just want to turn it over to you and just let you go, Cynthia, and just, share whatever's on your heart, to just encourage those that are out there that are looking for that encouraging word for singles today. What would you say to the singles that are out there today?
Well, a couple of things I think I would say to begin to encourage singles is, number one, don't settle. Don't settle for anything less than what you feel and believe that you are worth in your heart, what you know you are worth and what you deserve. Don't settle for anything less than that. And don't settle for anything less than what you know and believe God says you are worth and what you deserve. And I would also say to the singles to be patient and trust God's timing in your life when it comes to a mate and waiting for a mate. Sometimes we're so quick to want to just jump and grab a hold of whatever and whoever is presented before us that we kind of forget about some very important biblical principles, even some principles in the natural realm when it comes to dating and marriage. We want to throw all those things aside. Sometimes we may be blinded by that person's looks, or maybe they have a lot of money. Whatever the case may be, oftentimes we want to jump so quick and grab a hold of whatever and whoever is there before us. Maybe we've been alone for so long, and we're single, and we're wanting that companionship in our lives, that we'll throw a lot of important principles out the door just to have that happiness for that, or that person in our life. And it's very important that we are patient and trust God's timing, and that He knows what and who is best for you. He knows how He made you, how He created you, and He knows the type of person that will best suit you. And He knows the best time to bring that person into your life. Oftentimes we think we're ready when we're not. And we may go down the road a few years after we've been, complaining or crying and asking, why can't I find the right person? Why am I not married? Why this? Why that? And a few months or even years down the road, we may come up against a situation where we realize, wow, if I had gotten married back then, that would have been a mistake, or it would have been the worst time of my life. Whereas now we may be at a point where it's an ideal moment to have another person share your life with. And I'm saying that God knows the time. He knows the best time to bring that person into your life. And so I would say, again, be patient and trust God's timing in your life, and never settle for less.
All right. And I know there's a lot of singles that come under a lot of pressure, pressure from family or pressure from friends or whoever is out there putting that pressure on you. I'd say also, too, not to come under that kind of pressure. Never allow pressure to force you to make a decision. It should always be something that comes out of you, comes out of your heart. You're the person that's going to live with that person for the rest of your life. And so don't succumb to the pressure of people saying, this is what you need and this will fix it. No, just keep working on you and become who you believe. Become the best you that you can be. And in the process of doing that, you'll be surprised at what that connects you to and who that connects you to. But I would just say focus on you becoming who you believe. Become what you believe. And so with that, I'm going to ask you another question, Cynthia, because I know that we're living in a technological age, and there's a lot of things that are available to us. I mean, I often say, that technology is moving on, and we have to move with technology also. We can't be a church or a ministry or outreach that doesn't embrace technology. And in embracing technology, that's at every aspect of that technology, because the world is moving very quickly. And if you're not in touch technologically wise, then there's a lot of opportunities that you're going to miss out on. And there is an advantage that we have with technology, but with technology also comes not only the good, but there comes bad things also. And you have to know how to really discern and decipher, and you have to really be led by the Spirit in every situation. And I know right now, one of the things that's growing larger and larger is the opportunity for people to meet and to match online. And especially if you're, coming from a smaller town or a variety of different situations, people are finding themselves reaching out through the internet for that significant other. And there are different views about this, on different levels. But I just say, for one, be careful in whatever you do, whether you're face to face or whether you're in an online situation. Everybody has a different comfort level. And I would say to people that are looking at that opportunity to just be wise in all things. I want to ask you, Cynthia, what you think about this new, surge of people really going on the internet and connecting and meeting people on the internet. I have some of my own thoughts, but I want to hear yours, and maybe I'll share a little bit. But I want to share this, that I think that some of the best testimonies that I've heard coming out of a dating online type of situation would be those where there are people that are connected to groups. People connected to groups, whether it's a church outreach or it's a cause outreach, where people connect and they work together for a cause. And so they may do some things online as a group, and then they come together into a city or into a nation or wherever it is around that cause. And out of that cause, you're going to have people inside that group that usually know somebody else in the group. And you can learn more about that person through working with them. And so I would say look for opportunities where there is a cause. If you have a desire to go to another nation, being a part of many of the organizations that are out there that go into different nations, whether it's a group of doctors or nurses or other technical type workers, or if you're going in to build houses, or you're going in to preach the gospel, or you're going in to help people in the area of setting up businesses, whatever the cause may be, you're going to find that you connect with people on that level. And to me, it just, really sets up the foundation for a stronger base and unit for people to really gather and rally around and have a real connection. Because we were talking about this earlier, how on the internet, people can show their best foot. You really put that best foot forward. You don't see the reverse side of love. See, that's why I wrote that book called Reverse Side of Love. And it really does talk about the other side that people don't see or don't really take the time to look at. Looking at the warning signs and looking at other areas rather than what's posed before them in the present. And so with that, Cynthia, I just want to, get you to chime in and talk about social media and what you think. I know right now, I think the percentages are pretty high in terms of what people are doing and how they're using social media. A lot of people are using it today to connect and to meet that significant person. There have been a lot of marriages that have resulted out of it. I think it's too early in time for us to really get the full results in terms of how those marriages turn out, et cetera, et cetera. But, just based on your information, I know you've done a lot of research and got some information in this area as well. Just can you share with us just from your heart what when you hear about social media, what do you think about? What do you think about in terms of people that are connecting through this new venue of social media?
Well, I would have to say that if that's what you feel and your heart is a good thing for you to do, then I would say go for it. But I would also caution you to first, as a believer, I would pray and I would ask God for His direction and for His leading in your life in this area, because online you can have a person say anything they want about themselves, put up a picture of anyone they want, saying it's themselves. There's just a lot of things that can be, I should say, manipulated online. And unless you're really with the person next to them and you're able to be with them and see how they're interacting, there's a lot of things you will not know, or you will be given possibly some false information and impressions of. So I would say, though, if that is something that God is leading you to do, and you feel led in your heart to go online to find someone, then again, I would say pray, ask God to direct you. He tells us in Proverbs 3 that if we trust Him with all of our heart and lean not of our own understanding, in all of our ways to acknowledge Him, that He would direct our paths. So He tells us if we would acknowledge Him in our ways, that He would direct us. So I believe that if we pray, that He will give you the direction to take in your life. And if He does so lead you to social media for dating, then I would say even still use wisdom. He has told us to use wisdom as well, even in His Word, and so not to go blindly and